another beautiful day on Storytime. We have senior military man, Staff Sergeant Lartey. Oh yeah. Abuja, he's going to give us a story. He has. Okay, killer, he's going to tell us a different and a very difficult and a very interesting story today. So, Senior Lartey, what's up?
Your friend saying, today we're going to tell a bit of a different story. Today's 4th of July. We're celebrating. We're having fun over here. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So anyway, over 10 years in the army. So a lot of stories to tell. But one thing that I want to highlight, it's when I went to the civil affairs selection. We call it civil affairs selection, or your friend is saying.
No, you can speak English. Don't worry about that guy.
Your friend is me training. You know, you have to train yourself. You know, you have to be on your top notch. You know, so I train with the special forces. My recruiters, special forces. You know, with logs. You know, swimming. You know, a whole bunch of stuff. You know, just to get yourself qualified. So I went with one of my buddies. You know, a long time ago. So to cut a long story short, I was fit, ready to go. You know, your friend is saying, me call selection, you know, come my call. Your friend is saying, me call.
Here in Germany or in US?
Back in the United States.
Okay.
You know, me call selection, And your friend is saying, you know, you do mix, in Bao and Bama, it was just civil affairs selection, so you just have to be on your game, you know, physically, mentally, you know, everything, you know, all around. So basically, your friend said day one, like everybody knows, if physical test, you know, and one of the things that I want to highlight is, you know, throughout my career, I've always been, you know, right there. You know, I'm not the best, but I'm physically fit.
Sure.
Basically, you know, so I say.
Oh yeah.
So I got there and I thought, say, you know, piece of cake after the brief. Until the next day, you know, you do when break. The next day, you know, first assessment, which was the PT test. Just started.
What is PT?
PT test is physical training.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
One of those things in the army, you do it every 6 months. You know, but any school you have to take that physical test. You know, so you can take that physical test as many as you know, depending on what you are doing.
Okay.
You know, your friend say started physical fitness now, and then you know, me a slow starter in that physical fitness. But once I get my your friend say my second win now, you know, I'm gone. You know, I'm gone. I'm gone. So you start here on the quarter mile. You know, I think I don't know about in the kilometers, but your friend said within about 1 kilometer, you know, I was good. I was in there. Then all of a sudden, the funny thing is, all of a sudden I saw a ponytail. Ponytail, you know. I said, hell no, you know. So I saw a ponytail and I said, oh man, you know, we just got started, you know, come on. So, you know, I increased my pace, you know, increasing my pace, I'm a park, you know. And all of a sudden, you know, the 1 mile turning point, you know, I turned around, I was still good, and all of a sudden, this ponytail
comes back again.
She was good, you know. She just zoomed, you know. She was gone. I was like, damn, man, you know. So I kept up, but she finished before I did. But I was like, all right, I passed, I'm good. So after a while, and I talked to her, I was like, ma'am, you know, no officer, so I had to, you know, give her that respect. So I was like, ma'am, what'd you do? So catching about all this hiking and you know what she does and hiking mountains and all that stuff. Maybe apart from running, I don't do all this mountain hiking
stuff,
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So at that point, you know, in anybody's, well, in my career, you know, sometimes, I always tell people, say, sometimes you need a little bit push in life, or you know, when you failure is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I didn't necessarily fail in that test. I passed my test, but she beat me to it. But it made me assess myself, say, you know, am I that really good in that way? I'll be up but I didn't know that person, you know, especially her, she was that better than me running. Mm-hmm. But she beat me in that run. You know, I didn't know about the other scores, but she beat me in that run. Mm. So to me, you know, I just have to step up my game a little bit. But failure is not a bad thing. Even though I didn't fail, you know, I still passed. But then you have to reassess yourself in life. You always have to reassess yourself and move on. So the civil affairs was 10 days long, right? So day one, your activities, and within those 10 days, you know, people can get kicked out into the hospital. So there was psych evals, peer evals, it's similar to say special forces, but special forces then they're more physical. Civil affairs is more mental and physical, you know, combined, you know, in 10 days. And, you know, it was tough. And, you know, the second day, you know, I twisted my ankle in one of the physical way, and I still went on. But to cut a long story short, you know, after the 10 days, you know, I wasn't selected. What else here? So I felt me failing. You know, my goal and person me join the civil affairs and to do what I have to do, you know. I haven't accomplished that goal. So as a man, as a family man, and as a person in the army, I failed to reach my objectives. So I go now, you know, me accomplish, you know. So me and Kasame Hono, I was mad because, you know, your troll letter mouse said, you know, you didn't make it. You are not so you have to come back in a specific time. This I didn't read about that bullshit. But all I know is I selected me. My number there bomb you frame me.
Okay.
So there was this guy that your friend is saying, you know, you know, you're evaluating the different things, but this guy was really good, you know. Even be a friend of rock match about 20 miles, you know, meaning it's about 25 kilometers, you know, the back the boy with a lot of weight and just walk, you know, crossing so next time, you know. But the guy that came in first, I'm not trying to select, you know, but this particular person, you know, none of boyfriend, and select, you know. So he was in anything, I think he was better than me. But I wasn't looking at just him, say I'm selecting, you know. I was looking at myself too because I was in a better shape, better everything, you know, everything that was good. The question is, how good was I, you know, to meet that qualification I am selecting it? Because in those special groups, you know, when you don't meet those criteria now, they don't tell you why they did not get selected. All you know is say I'm for a number, so you have to go home. So at the end of the day, you know, I went home after the 10 days. But the positive side of it was I completed the whole assessment compared to other people that, you know, made back training or no Makafui. So they spent about 2 days or a day, no Makafui. But the bad thing was I was going back to my old unit. So I mean paying for and perform more now you know, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. And to some stuff worse, you know, me proud. My uncle also know, local hospital near Podra, you're out. Medically discharged, so you're out. You know, you toughen up a little bit, you know, and you go through the selection and you don't get picked up and you feel say everything has been shut down. So as a man you failed. So I got home, right? And Mayor has obeyed me on Saturday, but a week went by, 2 weeks went by, we started to say, you know, what went on, then we pray. So one day, not so 9:97. And I don't know, I just went off. What the hell are you talking about? 797, blah 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 blah. So I just went off. I want to see me found ER. Now I'm saying, yeah, goddamn right, take me to the ER because me proud, you know, maybe I can't be some their call. So you know, officer will be some, you know, within 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I just went off on her, and you know, let me call ER near share man, yeah, there with a swollen ankle, my proud twisted ankle. But after a while, no, and me share me paying back on, and I'll catch him say, it's not about how you failed or how you didn't meet that criteria to get selected. It's about how you pick yourself up. You know, so we all fail. You know, we all fail in our lives, whatever you do. To me, that was the highlight because I mean, I failed. Even though people advise me not to go and all that stuff, but sometimes you want to follow your dreams about what you want to do. You know, so I failed not to get selected. I don't know what I failed in because they didn't tell me. But I failed in that selection. I didn't get selected for that special group, you know. So I failed in civil affairs in short. But what I learned was, I have to pick myself up. You have to think about your motivation. They motivate you out circle
Exactly.
and what you want to accomplish. You always have to have a backup plan. So your friend is saying, Mr. Sam Juma, me call training bill, me pass say, me feel will be me pass say. Your friend say promoting me, 2 times.
Wow.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
It's a journey, but your friend is saying the life lesson is, when you fall, when you fail, that's not the end of life. You pick yourself up, you assess yourself, you ask questions, you seek help. Your friend is saying it's not wrong for you to say I got hurt and I say Obi Paho in a race, whether it's a female or somebody skinny than you, or whatever. Your friend is saying in that same selection, there was a guy, Mr. saying, was saying, about this tall, this skinny, that rock match, he was gone. Airborne guy, he was gone. Like when?
Was he selected?
He wasn't selected. So to catch them shots, and I've seen people bigger than me, like no, sometimes we see people say, oh, I call it one, so slim, and as to say, those things don't really mean a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't count because it's all about what you can do.
Yeah.
What you say,
Yeah,
it's what I can do,
Sure.
because the way that my structure is different from yours. So me create training now. Is different from what you eat.
Sure.
Obey burgers, then no IFS card test, so pass it 300, boom, just like that. Me struggle.
Yeah.
Obiara is different. So even though I your friend is saying I failed at that point, I learned a good lesson. People that were slimmer or skinny that I am didn't make it. People that passed me in that physical way, the whole assessment didn't make it. People that we thought that wouldn't make it, made it. Some people have been there 3 or 4 times and they still have to come back. To me, that was my one of my highlights in the army, and I want to highlight that is up to now, I still think about it that I have a goal that I have to get to. I have to talk to the right people. I have to train. I have to do what I have to do. I have to support my family. I have to do all the things that I have to do. So when I wake up, I have to do all those things, just to keep me going. So your friend is saying, thank for this opportunity, to share it to people around the world, that, when you fall, pick yourself up, dust yourself, especially people in according to people back at home expect a lot of things from you.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, pick yourself up. You have families to feed, right? So dust yourself up. People laugh at you, but get up and keep going. Reach that goal. Then once you reach that goal, now your friend is saying all those people that you want to support, so you'll be able to support them, and you'll be happy to as a person. Fantastic. You can do whatever you want to do. So that is my story in a nutshell. To know what question we have.
Oh, very interesting story. So the time Ophelia Obaya, Mami Yusufi, couldn't you have gone back to do that same thing, or another interesting if you wouldn't cry?
The thing is, may I assess him or yes, you're right. I could have gone back to do that then. So me join here, initially I'm person me special forces and all those things. Me go brief and all this, and he deployed to Afghanistan, and if you all then whilst I was deployed to Afghanistan, I talked to somebody who convinced me to do the civil affairs because a whole bunch of things. But so I went there. I did it. I put a packet in XMS selected. So I could have gone back to do it again. But at that point, one thing that me personally I want to do is whatever that I achieve in the army, I want to be able to do the same thing once I get out from the army. Okay. So that was priority for me. I could have gone back and did the same thing. But what are the benefits? You think about the benefits. Or retire free army mat, ijuma ben abinya. All those things. So all those qualifications. What are they going to help you once you get out? So I assessed all those things. I could have gone back and did different things, on those things. Or you can go to a different route and still accomplish the same thing but a different job. Yeah. So and I'm here, like make us Mr. Sam Ejuma. Yeah. So Mr. Sam Ejuma, I think about a year after, And I think I'm on the right course, you know. In the end of my sister age man, and I'm moving towards the right direction.
Oh, that's nice because it's always interesting and always good to do what you are passionate about, what you love. Yeah. And I think if we can bridge that gap between what you love and work, going to work sounds like fun.
It's not just fun. It's about what you love doing.
Yeah.
So that's what is keeping you back. Every person be the motivation.
Sure.
It's not just about just what you love doing, but the you know, just that family, just that kid, or just that wife, or whatever that motivates you to get up. You know, if you are single too, you know, if you have a mom somewhere that you have to feed, whatever that motivates you to get to that end point, you know. Obu also also retire young, you know, meaning prefer my retire at 40 years or 50 years, you know, 60, you know, before that retirement age, no matter retire and they are just enjoying life with their retirement. So you know, you just live, you know, live what you want to live, you know, travel around the world, see around the world, you know, love life, chill, drink some, eat some, do whatever you want to do, you know. So that's the end point, you know. Africans, you know. You know, we have a thing that we always have to support home, you know, extended family.
Yeah.
So you are
seriously.
supporting extended family, you are supporting your immediate family, you are helping friends on some of your school, and some you know, plus friends on someone, you know.
Abuja, that is another beautiful story from Staff Sergeant.
Don't even go there with me.
Killer K. Abuja, thanks for watching and thanks to Staff Sergeant for granting us this small story time interview. Shall I interview and I say story time?
Story time.
Thank you. Granting us this, at least if you watched it, probably, you know, you will learn something from his story and, you know, use it to improve your life in a positive way. Failure is not the last option.
Right.
But if you fail, how to pick yourself up and then keep going. That is the important aspect of this whole story to me. So let me know yours in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Adios.
Peace out.
Yeah.
So you are
seriously.
supporting extended family, you are supporting your immediate family, you are helping friends on some of your school, and some you know, plus friends on someone, and you know, Dawson.
Mr. Who's me there? This is no interview. This is story time. I just want to hear the story, not not interview.
That's a story, but at least.
No. Everything must circulate, revolve around the story. If not, what do I say?
And I don't know, it says makeup so that the wife may be into.
Now, who can make up once more? YouTube commenters, or made any bibiaka. Yeah, now we draw and say, oh, what kind of one?
Now, or my reply.
What I say? YouTube commenters says, oh, more you may you. Killer, you're not sleeping today.
You guys ask my wife, your wife asked my wife, does this guy rest? I'm a beast, bro.
Okay, you let me wrap this video up.
Yes.